Today's skill builder covers reading, writing, and comparing decimals. Decimals are numerical values that represent a whole plus some part of a whole. On a decimal place value chart, we can see the digits before the decimal point represents the whole. This is shown in the ones, tens, hundreds place, etc. The digits after the decimal represent the parts of a whole, such as a tenth, hundredth, or thousandth. There are different ways decimals can be represented. Decimals can be represented using base 10 blocks. In the example, the thousands cube is representing the whole. The blue model represents 1/10 of the whole because it takes 10 of the blue models to make one of the pink models. The yellow model is 1/100th of the whole because it takes 100 of the yellow models to make the pink model. The green model is 1/1000th of the whole because it takes 1000 of the green model to make the pink whole. Here is a model. There is 1 whole, 3 blue groups of tenths, 7 yellow groups of hundredths, and 4 thousandths. I am going to show you how to write the decimal in expanded notation, with numbers and with words. Starting with expanded notation, we simply multiply each digit by the place value they are in. There is 1 whole. We multiply 1 times 1. There are 3 groups of tenths. We multiply 3 times 1/10. Moving to the yellow models representing the hundredths, there are 7. Multiply 7 times 1/100th. Finally, we multiply 4 times by 1,000th. We add these values together to complete the expanded notation. Expanded notation complete. Now let's write the decimal with numbers. The decimal place value chart is a helpful tool to use when writing decimals with numbers. Looking at the expanded notation of the decimal, I see there is 1 whole. I will put a 1 in the ones place. The next part of the expression tells me there are 3 tenths and 7 hundredths. I finish off with the 4 in the thousandth place. The decimal shown in the model is written in numbers like this. Now, use words to describe the decimal. We start by reading the digits before the decimal. 1. The word "and" is used to tell the reader where the decimal is placed. Now the part of the decimal being labeled is only part of a whole. The digits after the decimal are read together, ending with a label for the place value the last digit lands. 4 is the last digit in this example, and it lands in the thousandth place. The numbers after the decimal will be read as 374 thousandths. Altogether, the decimal is read 1 and 374 thousandths. That sure is a mouthful. Let's end our lesson with comparing decimals. When comparing decimals, you simply stack the numbers on top of one another, paying close attention to the placement of the decimals. In this example, we will compare 6 and 277 thousandths to 6 and 27 hundredths. We stack the numbers on top of one another and line the decimals up. When comparing, always start in the largest place value. In this case, the ones place. Both decimals have a 6. We move to tenths place. Both decimals have a 2. We move to the hundreds place. Both decimals have a 7. We move to the thousandth place. To compare this place value, we add a 0 to the bottom number. This does not change the value of the bottom decimal. The top number has a larger value. This means 6 and 277 thousandths is larger than 6 and 27 hundredths. I hope you learned more about weighting, writing, and comparing decimals. Have a good one.